Hi scientists, how you going? If you said keen to learn about chromosomes, then this is the video for you. We're really going to focus on haploid and diploid chromosomes today. The lesson outcomes, we're going to look at the unique number of chromosomes in organisms, the fact that each parent contributes half of the overall chromosomes from that organism. We're going to understand terms like homologous pairs, haploid, diploid, and the fact that humans have 23 homologous pairs of chromosomes. We're going to understand that certain chromosome pairs are responsible for particular genetic traits. So, a few questions to begin. We have a cute little baby here. What makes this baby human? So, at every stage of our lives, we were only one cell in size, and that cell divided into two, and that cell replicated to become 4, 8, 16, 32. Eventually, all of those cells were able to work together and make a living thing. But how did those cells know that that living thing was going to be human as opposed to an animal or a plant? What determines the gender of this child? So whether it's male or female? And the answer to that is within the chromosomes. In all living things, characteristics are passed down from parent to child through their chromosomes. So all human characteristics, including the gender, has to be something to do with chromosomes. So first of all, we'll focus on what they are, and we have covered this a bit in our last video. So chromosomes are long strands of genetic information found in the nucleus of cells, okay? So all of these chromosomes are kind of hanging out in the nucleus of a cell, and they're long strands, and they contain a lot of DNA that's tightly packaged together. Chromosomes are at their most visible, so we can see them the best, during cell division. Now, we're not covering cell division, but obviously cells will have to replicate and divide in order for an organism to grow and to repair itself. Okay, so new cells are being made all the time. Okay, now when cells replicate, DNA needs to replicate too. Okay, so it needs to copy itself in order for each new cell to have a copy of the genetic instructions. So here's what a replicated chromosome looks like. It looks like an X as opposed to just a line like this. Okay. Now when we refer to chromosomes, both of these are chromosomes. Okay. This is a regular chromosome. This is a replicated chromosome. Okay. Some important terms that we're going to focus on today. I'd like you to please get these terms down in your definitions document. Diploid, oh, we missed one. Okay, we'll start with haploid. Haploid is the number of chromosomes in sex cells, which are also referred to as gametes. So sex cells contain only one set of chromosomes. Diploid, the number of chromosomes in an organism's cells, 2 sets or 2n. Now, a diploid cell contains pairs of chromosomes, whereas a haploid cell only contains one copy of each chromosome. Autosomes are all of the chromosomes in a cell other than the sex chromosomes, which determine gender. Sex chromosomes are the ones that determine the gender of an individual. In humans, they are referred to as the X and the Y chromosomes. Gametes are sex cells, sperm and eggs in humans. Homologous pairs of chromosomes. 2 chromosomes with genes for the same characteristic at the same location. One from mum, one from dad. So it's important to get those terms down and have those terms with you when you're doing your genetics work or your biology work so you can refer to them. Okay, we're going to begin by talking about homologous chromosomes. Now, in most of our cells, chromosomes are matched in pairs based on their size and shape. So we've got 2 chromosomes here, and we can see that they look kind of similar. They're both about the same length. They both have their bands that are at matching points. So we're going to call them homologous chromosomes. Where do they come from? So why in all of our cells do we have pairs of chromosomes? The answer for that is that one chromosome is from each of our parents. So we've got one copy of the homologous pair from our mum, so a female parent, or my mum and your mum, because we're not the same. And we've got the second part of the homologous pair from dad. So that's where we've got our pairs from. Okay. Now, in a human body cell, we have 46 chromosomes. Now, the number of chromosomes in a living thing is different. Okay, humans have 46, but the number of chromosomes is not tied to the level of complexity of the organism. So, an example is dogs have 78 chromosomes. So that's more than our 46. Chickens have 78 too. But a fruit fly only has 8. So there's lots of examples of different numbers of chromosomes, and they're not at all to do with how complex the organism is, which is a bit weird. Now, we've got 46 chromosomes. How many pairs of homologous chromosomes do you think we have? The answer is 23. So 23 pairs, which it would equal 46. So it's a bit more accurate to say humans have 23 pairs of chromosomes rather than 46, because we've got homologous chromosomes that are from mum and from dad, okay? And that's why we inherit different characteristics from our parents. Some people look a bit more like their mum, some people look a bit more like their dad. Some people don't really look like either. But what we're saying is half of that information is from both of your parents. That's why you can sometimes be a bit of a combination of characteristics of both of your parents. How many chromosomes do you inherit from each parent? You're going to inherit 23 from mum, 23 from dad, so therefore you've got 23 pairs, okay, in each of your cells. Now, the chromosomes that determine our gender are referred to as the X and Y chromosomes, okay? Now, if you're a female, you're going to have 2 copies of an X chromosome. So you're going to get one X chromosome from mum and one X chromosome from dad. You can see that they look a bit different. The Y chromosome is a bit shorter. If you're a male, you have one X chromosome from your mum, from one parent, one X chromosome, okay? It is from mum actually, I'm tripping myself up here. And you're going to have one Y chromosome as well, okay? So one X and one Y is a male. So which parent does a boy inherit its Y chromosome from? We're going to go into that in another video. Does this set of chromosomes come from a male or a female? Now, the sex chromosomes are the last pair, okay? Have a think. The answer is, oops, I didn't tell you the answer. X and Y chromosome equates to a male, okay? Now here you can see all of the 23 pairs of chromosomes. The first 22 are called autosomes, and the 23rd pair are the sex chromosomes. Remember, X and Y is indicative of a male. And you can see all of those chromosomes look pretty much the same in terms of their length and in terms of their characteristics. Okay. So this is for your notes document. All chromosomes have a unique number of chromosomes. All organisms have a unique number of chromosomes. Humans have 46 chromosomes, half of which are from your mum and half from your father. Of the 46, there's 23 pairs. One of them is called the sex chromosomes, XX for male and XY for female. Please pause the video and get these down in your notes. Just a zoomed in version of a karyotype of a human. So we can see the 22 autosomes and the X and Y chromosomes here. No Y chromosome in this one, in this case, 2 X chromosomes, so this is a karyotype of a female. More notes to write down. The other 22 pairs are called autosomes. They come in pairs as well, one from mum and one from dad. These pairs are known as homologous chromosomes, as they contain genes for the same characteristics, are the same length, and the same size. Please get these in your notes as well. So here we've got a pair of homologous chromosomes. Now these are autosomes. Now here we've got the position of genes for hair curliness. The green stripe here is a gene for hair curliness. Okay, so here we've got two copies of green. Now what that means, if it's the same type, okay, so maybe curly hair for both, if mum and dad both pass down the gene for curly hair, this person's going to have curly hair. If it's for straight hair, they're going to have straight hair. Look at this one here. We've got the homologous pair for eye colour. One parent has passed down brown eye colour, one parent blue eye colour. What colour eyes do you think the child would have if it's got different information coming down from mum and dad? It's interesting, and it's something we will talk about in the next video. Same here. We've got the length of a toe, your second toe. I don't want to show you my feet, it's kind of gross, but my second toe is a little bit longer than my big toe. I've revealed a bit too much there. Anyway, we've got different information here too. This one's saying long second toe, this one's saying short second toe. So what will it be? Is it going to be short? Is it going to be long? Is it going to be a combination of the two? So how many chromosomes are there in a new human body cell? 23 pairs. How about in a human sex cell? So here we've got female egg, male sperm. The answer there is 23 unpaired chromosomes. Okay, because sex cells are a bit special, not like body cells, which have 23 pairs. Sex cells need to combine to make a new body cell, and that first new cell is referred to as a zygote. Okay, so they have to have 23 unpaired chromosomes, and these cells are referred to as haploid cells, because when they combine, then you're going to get the new diploid cell, which will have 23 pairs. Okay? Sex cells in animals and plants follow the same set of rules. They're going to have half the usual number of chromosomes, but a complete set. So in humans, 1 to 23. They have half the usual number of chromosomes. Why aren't new sex cells produced by mitosis? Now this is information to do with replication of cells, and something we'll go through in another video. The answer is they're different because they need to combine to form a new cell. The reason why we're all different is because of that combination of the gametes. Okay, if you have two parents that have more than one, son or daughter, then you're going to have differences. They're not all the same. And that's the beauty of reproduction. Okay, we're all different, we're all unique, which is pretty cool. So sex cells are produced by a different process called meiosis, which is not going to be covered in this video. Last bit for your notes. Gametes only contain one set of chromosomes from each homologous pair. Therefore, they contain the haploid number. This is to ensure offspring formed have the correct number of chromosomes, which is the diploid number. So you say 2n. So sperm and egg combine in order to create a new cell, which is called a zygote. And this is where all living things are formed, okay, from that one cell. That replicates through mitosis, and then eventually we'll get the formation of a new living